There are three options for a private shareholder to consider their exit route. One is a sale to a trade or strategic acquirer. So a trade acquirer is a direct competitor. A strategic acquirer is someone who operates in an adjacent area but has a reason to buy. A second route is an IPO, so that's a listing on the main market or on AIM. And we'll talk about that a little later on in this video. And the third option, and perhaps the one that's least well understood, is a sale to a financial investor or a private equity investor. Now that can be a full sale in a similar way to a trade or strategic acquirer, or it can be a partial realization where you sell some equity now, where you retain perhaps a majority stake in the business or a very significant stake, you keep running the business, and in 3, 4, 5 years' time, there's another exit event at that point. The right time to look at an exit route ideally is when the business is performing well, when the sector that the business operates within is in good shape, and when the economy is performing strongly. If you can greenlight all three of those things, then you're in a very powerful position. But actually getting all of those things aligned at the same time is not that easy. The most important one is that the business is performing. So it's trading well and it's forecast to continue to trade well. Don't wait until the business has peaked. More business owners, in my experience, hold on too long than go too early.
A public market listing or an IPO can be a great way for a company to realise and create value. However, it shouldn't be treated as an exit on day one for the founders. There may be some scope for some cash to be realised at listing, but what an IPO does do is allow companies to raise capital to create shareholder value in the medium term. The key on the right time is to be able to maximise the value on listing. New investors will look at factors such like financial track record, calibre of the management team, competitive strengths and the strategy for future growth at attractive levels when gauging the valuation.
It is important that the aspirations of the shareholders are aligned with that of the business, and you can sometimes reach a situation where perhaps through the innate caution of the shareholders, as so much of their wealth is tied up in the business, that they actually begin to hold a business back. And that can be a sign that it's the time to consider some form of transaction, whether that's through the discipline of an IPO, whether it's the new ownership that a trade buyer might bring, or it's the change in structure of a private equity deal. All of those things in some ways can reinvigorate a business whilst at the same time allowing a shareholder to take some money off the table.